Hi there, my name is Sasser and I'm a legal assistant here at Open Palm Law in Tampa, Florida. Our firm's founder, Joryn Jenkins, is known for a great many things, but here in Tampa Bay, Joryn's greatest contribution to our legal community is a collaborative divorce. In her determination to provide families with a kinder, gentler alternative to the traditional courtroom divorce, she has inspired hundreds of family law attorneys across the United States to make the switch to practicing collaboratively. Following government mandates to control the spread of the coronavirus, in March of 2020, our firm experienced its first work-from-home transition, and subsequently, our clients also had to transition to our new office procedures. As a collaborative firm, we quickly discovered that we can replicate collaborative full-team meetings via Zoom. So today, let's discuss how you can facilitate your collaborative full-team meetings over Zoom. Before we do that, here's my points of discussion for today's video. Feel free to jump ahead to any section you need explanation for. Otherwise, let's begin. So one question that collaborative professionals may have is how the Zoom environment mimics or is similar to that of the traditional collaborative process. One way in that it is similar is that both are a series of meetings that can be held in person or over Zoom. Once our office transitioned some of the more basic client interactions, such as consultations or meetings over Zoom, we quickly realized that we could also use Zoom for collaborative full-team meetings. When we were discussing exactly how this would look, we recalled some of the important aspects of the collaborative full-team meeting. And one of those aspects is the collaboration. And so over Zoom, we're able to have everyone on the team participate fully, freely, virtually, of course, but nonetheless, they are collaborating in the same way that they would be doing in an office or in a conference room. One of the major differences that we'd like to note here between the traditional collaborative full-team meeting and that over Zoom is that over Zoom, you're not able to pick up on body language. And that is so important to the collaborative process, especially when dealing with a large group of professionals and clients. And so to mimic that over Zoom, we realized that although you may be missing the body from here down, you can still pick up on body language such as facial expressions or hand movements, things like that, that really tend to suggest how a spouse or how an attorney or how another professional may be feeling. And so we'll note that this is one of those aspects that may not be the same over Zoom, but nonetheless, you can adapt to this and make sure that all professionals know going into the meeting that this is something important to be looking out for. Now, as far as facilitating this meeting and hosting this meeting, we recommend that neutral facilitators take over this position. And one of many reasons is that the neutral facilitator is neutral. And so both clients will feel that it is an appropriate move to have the facilitator conduct and host these meetings. Another reason why we recommend having the neutral facilitator conduct these meetings is that the host has the power to assign breakout rooms and then to assign participants to select breakout rooms. And so a breakout room over Zoom mimics that of just a separate office where a client and their respective attorney can go and speak privately about matters being disputed in the collaborative full-team meeting. And so to mimic that over Zoom, we have this wonderful option that we'll go over in a little bit here, and we'll do a tutorial on how exactly to set up those breakout rooms and how to assign participants to that. So that is one of the reasons, that's probably the main reason why we recommend that the neutral facilitator host the collaborative full-team meeting. So now let's take a look at the Zoom web-based platform so we can learn how to set up a full-team collaborative meeting and those breakout sessions that we initially discussed. So what I'm going to do is share my screen with you here, and I'm going to select the Safari Zoom just so I can focus in on exactly what we'll be looking at here. So if we take a look, I've already got some of the initial things set up here for the Zoom meeting. So here we have the title of this presentation, Facilitate Your Collaborative Meeting. And then below, I've indicated the time at which we're recording it, set the duration, everything like that. We recommend using a personal meeting ID just so that it's consistent, but we also recommend that you use a meeting password for security reasons. And then we'll go ahead and put the host and participants videos on, as well as audio for both, just in case someone is attending via phone. And then next here, you'll see meeting options. And one of the options here is breakout room pre-assign. Now, a little disclaimer is that this function is only available for users who pay for the license membership. And if you're a collaborative professional and you intend on using Zoom to facilitate your own meetings, we highly recommend that you go ahead and pay for this license, because the breakout room is essential for making sure that the experience that clients get in a traditional collaborative team meeting is replicated here on Zoom. So you'll see here, we'll go ahead and edit the breakout rooms. And you'll notice that I've already pre-assigned 5 breakout rooms here. Now, how you assign your breakout rooms is entirely up to you, but we recommend that you assign a breakout room for at least the wife's attorney, the husband's attorney, the financial neutral facilitator, and then a general meeting space, just in case some of the participants in the meeting need to gather while others are in their own respective breakout rooms. So it's fairly simple to add a breakout room. You simply just click here. You're going to go down to the new breakout room, and you can entitle it whatever you would want to. Let's say that there's a child specialist that's a part of your collaborative process. So we'll go ahead and type that in, and then you'll just go ahead and save that. So it automatically saves the breakout room, and so those can be pre-assigned before your meeting, and we're just going to go ahead and save that Zoom meeting altogether. And let's head back over to the Zoom application on the computer, and you'll see here that we have wife's attorney, sponsored by Joryn and her lovely photo, and then we also have wife. And so we'll be using these 2 mock accounts just to show neutral facilitators how they can host the Zoom meeting and how they can assign and move participants into the separate breakout rooms depending on what is needed. So if you need to go ahead and move someone into a pre-assigned breakout room, you can do so like this. So what I'll do is hit breakout rooms in the corner. It'll pull up this breakout rooms not started prompt. So from here, you can see that we have wife's attorney, husband's attorney, financial neutral facilitator, general meeting space. Now, the child specialist that we added was not assigned prior to me starting this Zoom session. So if I needed to add in another room while the Zoom meeting was occurring, you can just hit here, add a room, rename the room to child specialist, and that's all set. So when you're assigning participants, whether that be an attorney, a client, a financial professional, anybody to a specific room, you want to go ahead and hit assign next to the room that you are wanting to assign that person to. And here it'll give me the list of participants in the video. Now, because we only have 2 replicated here for this instruction video, we'll go ahead and assign both wife and wife's attorney to the wife's attorney breakout room. And at this point, you can notify the participants that you will be assigning everyone to their breakout rooms. And so to do that, you're going to go ahead and hit open all rooms. And this will send a notification to those participants that they'll be redirected into a separate room. And this is the time where we recommend that neutral facilitators explain to the participants that they'll be checking in on them maybe in 10 minutes just to see how things are going and when the full group can return back to the meeting. Once you're done with the breakout rooms, it's quite simple. You just go ahead and click close all rooms, and that will bring everyone back to the general meeting space from which they began. Now you'll see that there is a minute countdown on that. So if anybody needs to close up their discussion or finish up on some things, they can go ahead and do that prior to moving back into the general meeting space. I'd like to thank you for tuning in to this instruction video on how you as a neutral facilitator can conduct and facilitate your own full team meetings on Zoom. On behalf of Joryn Jenkins and myself, We hope that you were able to learn something about Zoom as well as the breakout rooms, which we find to be incredibly instrumental in mirroring the traditional collaborative full team meeting experience. If you have any questions after this video, please feel free to reach out to us and we would be happy to assist you. And if you're interested in learning more about Zoom or how you can be a Zoom master, feel free to read some of our most recent blogs at www.openpalmlaw.com. Thank you and have a great day.